Ram Partners LLC versus Micah Fry.
Ram.
How you doing?
Pretty good, sir.
On my sheet. Mhm.
Where?
Oh, it's not a color. All right. They made a map referral. You hear anything on that?
Yes, he gave me, so I'm above their cap, which is 3,000. I'm at
Right.
38. 38 and some change. I forget the exact number. So he gave me 2 weeks to catch up on that, which I am. I'm a dump. I get paid every week, so I'm gonna catch up with that, and then once he figure out I'm caught up, he should clear the 3,000. The rest of it.
Oh, okay, so gotcha. How much does plaintiff have him owing?
I don't have an updated number because if you recall, these are the cases we were trying to dismiss.
Oh, right.
So I didn't have a judgment prepared.
Pardon?
I didn't have a judgment prepared to have ledger.
I didn't enter the dismissal. Why?
Because these are the Arbor one.
Oh, that's what I thought. I thought that's what this was. And all of these Ram Partners are? Yes. That's what I wouldn't do it. Now, so all right, so what are we looking to do on these cases? Because I've got Miss Samson, Brown, and Robinson, I think are all, why don't you all come up? Because I'm just trying to.
I have a representative from Ram Partners here too.
Okay, then come on up. Is everybody here?
Good morning, Your Honor. Deputy Gordon.
Oh,
Lee
my
here.
goodness. Oh, boy. Okay, all right. I just felt an aura in the room, and
It's been a while, Judge.
That's
It's been
what
a
that
while.
was.
Good morning. I just wanted to let you know I was here as well on behalf of Arbor One. I was advised there may be some questions about the impact of the circuit court case, so I'm here to answer any questions you may have that would impact these cases before you.
Okay, so, and all the defendants are here. So here's what happened, and I don't know how much, I mean, you've been brought up to speed. Originally, these cases were filed, I think, by Beal.
Okay.
Then, I was told, I think at the first hearing, that Beal no longer represented Arbor One.
Correct.
And then there was a new property management company and so they didn't know, it kind of caught counsel as well as myself off guard, I think. And then we didn't know if Ram was going to actually proceed with these cases, not proceed with them or whatever. So that was the first thing. The next thing is that because these were Arbor One cases, I was unclear whether these cases really effectively fell under what was ever happening in circuit court.
Okay.
And whether that had an impact on these 4 defendants. I think that's where we kind of left it.
Okay. I can provide some clarity to that, Your Honor, if you'd like.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yes.
So my understanding is that there's 4 defendants. That one of them was an Arbor West resident. I believe that's Mr. Fry, who's before you. Arbor West resident, and he transferred from Arbor West to 720 pursuant to a court order from the circuit court case where the tenants were given the option to either vacate the property entirely or they could transfer from their unit that did not have a COC to a unit that did have a COC. Mr. Fry
Got it.
elected to transfer from his unit without a COC to a unit with a COC and receive a $1,000 credit. That was the incentive for them to vacate and leave their old unit and go to a new COC unit. He received that credit to his account. And so any payments owed pursuant to any court order, in the circuit court case, he would have received. And so these buildings, all three of the buildings have had COCs or TCOCs since October of 25. So the rental obligation for all three of those units and all the tenants in those units would have been continuing from October of 25 to present. The other three tenants did not transfer. They were always in their units and I believe they elected to remain. And so according to our records, there was no payments owed to them pursuant to any of the court orders. And so there's no outstanding funds owed to them. And I believe that those were Miss Samson, Miss Brown, and Robinson,
Robbins,
um,
Mr.
Mr. Robinson. So that's the update as to the impact of the circuit court case on these cases, which in essence would primarily just be Mr. Fry.
So the folks, so that I'm clear, the three that were in a unit without a COC, their rent was supposed to just, well, I don't know how I want to put this. There was nothing in the circuit court that necessarily affected them because they didn't move.
Correct. So they were always in those units and they were not paying rent during the time they did not have a COC. Once we got the TCOCs in those buildings, their rental obligations started again. So if at any point after October 2025, barring any other outside circumstances that they didn't pay rent, they had a rental obligation as of that point because they stayed in their units. Their units were remediated to whatever effect so that they were able to get a COC.
Got it. Okay. Thank you so much. That you don't
No
know how
problem,
much that
Judge.
that helps. All right, did any other questions for Miss Leland? Because she had something else to do.
I know that Miss Brown was confused about whether she could move. That
Right,
was
so
her
I'm
comment.
gonna, what she,
Come on up to the podium.
So I'm not sure about the other two tenants, but what she's saying is incorrect. I did move from the buildings that fell under non-compliance and they moved me into 721 West Clark Road. And they forgave my balance from the previous unit that was collecting. And then I have a paper where me and the previous tenant signed that we were supposed to get the money back for the rent that we paid. And they moved me into the new unit December 1st of 2025, and then they fell out of compliance again in the 721 West Clark building.
New unit.
Yes, after they moved me. Which I have all the paper from like my
That's fine.
Yeah.
What were you gonna, counsel?
Could you confirm when you moved from and what building you moved from and when you moved?
I moved from 721 Green Road, apartment 221 to 721 West Clark Road, apartment 201. And I moved into that unit December 1st of 2025. I moved into 721 Green Road, November 1st of 2024.
Okay. I would have to check and see when the order to vacate. There was is 721 or the original apartment you moved from, was that Arbor 1 or Arbor West?
Arbor 1.
Arbor 1, okay. I would need to confirm when the Arbor 1 vacate order was entered, and what
Okay.
date that was, because if she was moved pursuant to some other discussion with the property management team prior to that order being entered, it wouldn't have necessarily involved any payment to some extent of her moving if she was just relocated for some other reason. So I need to confirm when that order was actually signed to see if her move was actually pursuant to the vacate order, or if it was pursuant to some other discussion
Some
or
other
coordination.
event may have included the forgiveness of
Correct.
amounts. What she's indicating is correct. So it wouldn't fall under that order, but there may be something else.
So the paper that I signed was the agreement to get my rental payments back that I paid when they were not even in compliance and I wasn't aware. So that's the paperwork that I signed. And then they moved me,
Hold on. Where, do you have that paper?
not on hand, but I do have it.
You have it.
Yes.
And that was for what period in time do you?
That was for when I moved in November 1st of 2024 into 721 Green Road. And then they went into that
Right,
compliance thing and I was stuck there. And then they moved me November 1st of 2025.
gotcha, I gotcha.
Mhm.
So what I'm trying to figure out, and I realize you don't have it today. Was the paper that you have that everybody signed, right?
Mhm.
Did that indicate that all of what you paid was supposed to come back during that period?
Yes.
Okay. That can change things a great deal, but you don't have that today with you.
No, I don't have that today. And that's what I was talking to Alex Henry about, because that's the papers that he was looking for to collecting, but he was still a little lost about like what was going on. And then I just wanted to say again, when they moved me to the new unit, my issue is they fell out of compliance again. And I'm just looking for,
I
I
hear you, okay? I'm just. As we come back here, I'm just trying to get. I'm trying to understand where everybody is. I get where you are.
Mhm.
But I may not be able to move ahead like right now because I gotta figure out what that back part is.
yeah.
Because that's gonna have a huge. It would seem to me to have a huge impact if we were paying the rent and that was supposed to come back to you. Right?
Yes.
So, because they have you owing. About 8,000, is that right?
Which is a balance that's just collecting from, I believe, nothing.
Okay, all right,
Because
no,
when I moved,
no, I hear.
weren't in
I-
compliance.
I just,
so.
so here's the way I view it. They're saying that there's 8,000 that's owed, let's just say that hypothetically. But you were supposed to get back, say 10.
Mhm.
That puts us in a whole different ballgame.
I don't believe so, because they agreed to move me into a new.
No, I know, but the numbers, I gotta make the numbers, man. I get what you're saying.
Mhm.
But if some monies were supposed to come back to you, we gotta have that happen,
Yeah,
however it happens. But I gotta have that document,
okay.
okay?
And
All
what, I'm
right.
sorry, what is her last name? Is this Defendant Brown?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. Cause she has. Well. I have 6,000 or 7,000, 6,000, that's owed basically on this one, 65. Was the number given.
And for my end, Your Honor, I can look into this, and see if, try to confirm what she's saying, and get with, Ram and the attorneys there and see if I can provide some additional information to them to bring back to you.
Great. Ma'am, here's what I'm gonna need you to do,
Mhm.
that paper that you have.
Mhm.
I need you to get a copy to the court and also to opposing counsel to Ram,
Okay,
okay?
okay,
So that they have that, and so when they have their discussion, we can figure out where we are with this number. And then eventually get you from having to show up here and being mad at me.
okay.
All right, okay. All right, so, and then. Ms. Samson, was there anything you wanted to say to me about where yours is?
Eviction lifted, and I need that back.
Pardon?
I wanna have that eviction lifted off of my name again. I paid rent September to March when it was non-compliance. Cause I didn't know not to pay until the city inspector knocked on my door and told me not to, because I don't really
No, I got you. That's right. You were in the position, you were paying and your building wasn't in compliance.
I was used to living that way, unfortunately, because I have a daughter who's pregnant. Over here. High school, so I just try to stay out the way, shampoo my own carpet, clean, my walls have never been painted in 8 years, the carpet haven't, but it's not mine. Done.
I hear you.
Hang out, so I can get out. But then,
But
when all of this happened, like I got wrote up for my job, and a lot of stuff happened from them doing all of this stuff and.
hold on one moment though. But you didn't get an opportunity to sign an agreement like Miss Brown did.
They're offering to me.
Did they move me into Arbor?
Well, it was non-compliant, it was out of compliance, the two,
That's when they moved you into the second building that fell out of compliance.
it was temporary. They had a temporary.
They had a temper, okay.
And so they were moving people in with the temporary.
It's under,
It's not my business either, I like to mind my own business. However, when it comes to my business, like, I gotta, come on.
right, but
I'm a real fair person, so I didn't do all of this, I still planted my flowers, still, because they told me everything was gonna be fixed, and I was just gonna stay until I wanted to leave, but things got different, so. Yes, things.
I have just a curious question. How many kids have you raised?
A lot. Well, I have three, my son is 34, my daughter 31, 18, and I raised three of my siblings, so.
Okay,
They better than.
because that is not your baby, right?
No.
And every time you come here, you grab that baby and you are just holding that baby and that baby just loves you. Now, I mean, she probably likes her mama too, but I'm just saying. Okay. But it was just amazing to me because you just grab her and you just keep doing what you're doing. You just got the baby there. Okay. All right. So what we have to figure out is with your unit, what the compliance status was at any given. Yeah,
I have just two pieces of information on that. I know Ms. Brown said they fell out of compliance in December. So I see the order from the court showing there was a temporary order of compliance October 3rd. And then I have an actual certificate of compliance from February 19th. So I think you're saying in between that time, is that what? Ms. Brown-
yeah, that's what it sounds like to me, she's saying. Okay. So we'll have to figure that out. Mr. Robinson. Anything you want to tell me? Because,
I know Bill been put me in a hotel for 10 days.
pardon?
Bill put me in a hotel for 10 days while they one of my bathroom down to the wall. I got home. There was biohazard red tape in my master bedroom. We were seeing one. And I may not know too much, but I know biohazard. So I closed that door and made my property. So that, so what I gonna do? What's going on? You think that, are we not gonna rebuild your bath? Right? Yeah, sir. Bathroom. I said, okay, man,
So, and you were in 721.
I'm the one.
So it would seem to me with the exception of Mr. Fry, because he's kind of an outlier. The other three, I'm gonna need to know what rent was charged, when they were there, what rent was charged and the status of the COC. Because that's gonna regarding that building. Because then I think I can look through and try to figure out what's going on with these three. Right? So where did Fry? Okay, sorry. So with you, that's why your balance, as I see it, your balance is significantly different than, why don't you come on up to a podium? Your balance is significantly different than the others. So my question are you comfortable with the number that you, but you don't have a number that he owes at this point?
I
Okay,
48,
3848.
or
And that accumulates from when to when?
so it's beginning in April and then there was a balance carry forward.
Is that April of this year?
Like, so there's two different ledgers because there was a different, this one at BLR. Oh my goodness. February, March, April, May, and June. And it runs 850.
February, March, April, May, June. And about 850 a month. That's that, about puts me there. All right, so you didn't pay rent, right? At the
Not when I was across the street, I didn't.
part,
Not when I was at 721, or yeah, 723 Green Road, apartment 226. Because they, it was not in,
it was not in compliance. So when did you move into this unit?
around December, I believe,
Of
last year,
of 25.
or this year, I'm sorry, 26. Wait,
Oh, you can't.
December, January. It was last year, I'm sorry.
25. Gotcha. So then my question is, once you move into that unit, pay rent.
Um,
It's
well,
okay if you didn't.
no, it was something, $1,000 credit for for,
Right.
and then I forget the paperwork that was said, but I did pay something towards, I did give Bill some money. I forget how much it was though.
Did they do a receipt for that?
I believe Jessica did print out a receipt. I think she did.
Okay, let me ask this, because and this is really for Mr. Fry at this point. He's in a unit, gets his credit, moves into a unit, may have paid some, but didn't pay all. So but going forward, he's got to get his rent,
Yeah.
right? So are the plaintiffs in a position where what the balance that he has now that he can pay over time? I mean, you'd be willing to work something out with him along those lines so that he might have to pay his rent that he has, say, the first of the month, and then an extra payment on 15. Try to get him caught up and then whatever. I mean,
Like I say, map is once I get that 30, the 800 down.
no,
Okay, I got you. Sorry.
I'm saying
Yes, sir.
they may, so the way some of these groups are working, and it seems to change all the time,
Got you.
is that if I can get you into a COD, a conditional order of dismissal,
Okay.
they may, because the other part, you have an arrangement to pay. So then they may go ahead and pay that other part because there's an agreement.
Got you.
Sometimes that happens, sometimes it doesn't.
Okay.
But I think that's the quickest way for us to try to get it done. Does that make sense what I'm saying?
Yeah, I just wanted to add, is Michigan Ability Partners, are they going to pay?
Yeah, that's what we were just talking.
That's what he's talking about. He's talking about MAP. And he's got to get to a certain point. And the other problem with them, if I'm not mistaken, from the last meeting I was at, is so they run out of money at a certain point. So he may, let's say the beginning part of this month where we're in now, let's say he paid that, but if they're out of money, it's not happening till next month. Okay, so I did not set it up. That's the way it is, and
Right.
understand that's the way it is. But I don't know what MAP does currently if he has a if the cap is 3 and you had a conditional order dismissal to pay off that excess as to how he was going to do that. Sometimes what MAP will do is say, okay, you got an agreement, we'll pay the 3. He just needs to keep to that part.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So having said that,
It's a lot to say.
you know what? I'm getting sick of all of you except that baby. Okay, I'm just okay, not you. All right. I'm gonna adjourn this out 2 weeks. Okay. Let them look at yours so that I can have the numbers with everything. And with you, try to get that arranged. Yes, ma'am.
Hope this is right along, but Jessica has, I know it's not my question. What she has said is that we'll let you live out that money that we took from you. And
Say that again.
took from Bill.
Yeah.
She explained to me, well, what we're gonna do is, we know we owe you $7,000, but we're gonna let you live out the rent. And you know, I'm just oblivious to any of this, 'cause I don't know nothing about none of this, so I said, okay. But my daughter was like, why, if nobody is paying? Like, oh, that makes sense. Oh,
I got you.
I was just trying to keep some peace or.
No, I know, and I hear you. The problem is, folks, I mean, other than the one that has the piece of paper that was signed. I know you may not have done that. But-
Qualify. Because I was in 721. I don't know why they didn't offer.
Okay.
Probably because I kept the halls clean and put air fresheners in it.
Okay. So what I'm gonna do is this. I need to get a handle on what everybody was doing at 721.
Yes.
And part of the problem is I've got a new management company and they're having to sort of live with whatever was there.
Oh, sorry.
You're sorry for them? Exactly. That's fair. Okay, so I'm adjourning everybody out to the 26th at 1 PM. Mr. Lehman's gonna get with them. You're going to get that document that you signed that may very well be applicable to the other 2. We're gonna work on a COD for you,
Sure.
and then we can do, yes, ma'am.
I want to know about this eviction on my record because
No, wait. Okay, listen, just listen. There is gonna be nothing here right now. Okay, I know you brought that up to me the last time we were here. Well, yeah, that you don't want that on your record. And so just keep reminding me, but I gotta get to the bottom of it factually. Okay?
I haven't left. Jesus. I got it.
I think she hasn't left because she likes coming back and seeing me. That's that's how I'm gonna look at it. All right, so June 26th. 1 o'clock, folks. Thank you. Women, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, always a pleasure.
You as well. Have a good one.
Okay. How do you send the papers? Just walk right, here, man. Why don't you do this? Get a copy of that, get it down to to their office.
Okay.
Okay, and then you need a copy, I need a copy of it to be brought to the court.
Okay.
Okay? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you can just bring it to the clerk's office. They'll take it from you. Take care, little one. Bye.